Hi there. A very good morning to all of you. Apologies, firstly, for us not being live from the Sports Studio studio right now, and please forgive me for the not so appropriate aesthetics as well. As you can see, the house is just under construction at the moment, some renovation work happening, but that doesn't mean that we will not bring you up to speed with what's happening in the world of sports. There is a few things that you need to be aware of. I've also got a copy of today's Hindustan Times. I'll also tell you what is it that has gone into print. But just a couple of stories on the top of my head that I feel you guys should know. Remember a couple of days back we were talking about how Akash Deep had bought himself a new car. It was a Toyota Fortuner. We've put that video out as well on our social media handles. Now, interestingly, the RTO department has sent him a couple of notices for not having complied with all the regulations. His high speed registration plate, or the HSRP plate, is missing for starters. There is a third party trademark as well, something on those lines, that's also missing. So he's now been given time for about a day or two to comply with all those with all those procedures and ensure that he's got all the documents in place. Besides that, there is the Asia Cup that we need to talk about. Not just the cricket Asia Cup, the football Asia Cup as well. The football Asia Cup is set to happen in India, as again is something we've talked about in our previous chats here on Sports Today. Now the thing with that is that Pakistan's uh, team is yet to get approval from its ministry to come down to India. That's not happened till now, and it's unlikely, given that particular situation, that they will be coming down to India. That is something I've come across as well. So as things stand, it doesn't look like Pakistan will be coming to India for the Hockey Asia Cup. The reason, as I just told you, is that they have not gotten the required clearance from their ministry. Otherwise, yeah, the tournament will take place. There will be another team that will be named in the tournament to take place of Pakistan, to replace Pakistan in the tournament. But that's all that we know as things stand. Moving forward, but sticking with cricket, let's also tell you about the match between West Indies and Pakistan that took place yesterday. The result of that is of significance because West Indies, for the first time in 34 years, have gone ahead and won an ODI series against Pakistan. And what a manner that they registered that particular feat, because they dismissed Pakistan for just 92 runs in that particular third match, and it was a series to remember for the West Indies because of the fact that they had lost the first one but went ahead and won the subsequent matches. So it's a historic series win for West Indies, and it's come with a massive victory margin as well. It is the biggest victory margin, in fact, for the West Indies against Pakistan. 202 runs is the victory margin, and as I just told you, 92 is what Pakistan were dismissed for. Before I wrap things up, let me just quickly open up the Hindustan Times as well. Let me see. What is it that deserves your attention from today's paper? There is obviously the talk about the top order problem of plenty. There is Rohit Sharma, there's Sanju Samson, Abhishek Sharma, beg your pardon, Sanju Samson, or Jaiswal Gill. That's the combination that the Hindustan Times is talking about there. You see, I'll show it to you. Yeah, they've got cutouts of all these players as well, and this obviously is the conversation because you're trying to figure out your opening combination for the Asia Cup. So Abhishek Sanju, that is something we've seen in the past, or Jaiswal Gill. Now, how does Shubman Gill get into this uh, jam-packed squad? I would say there's hardly any room, but since there is success of Shubman Gill in Test cricket, there is possibly now a chance for him to make his way into this slugfest that we see, especially in the opening slot for the T20I side. Otherwise, what I see in today's paper is again the sports bill, comments being made by the sports minister Mansukh Mandavia with regards to the sports bill. He says that the sports bill is not an intervention from the government in any way. That's also something that the opposition leaders have questioned about, whether the government will be meddling too much into sports. But he says that this bill is not with regards to that. Also, a reminder to all of you, in case you missed it yesterday, the sports bill has gotten the nod from both the houses of the parliament. It was day before that it got the nod from the Lok Sabha yesterday. Just within 24 hours, the nod from the Rajya Sabha also came in, and now the president's final assent is left before it becomes an act. And yeah, I also see Pakistan likely to pull out of Asia Hockey Cup. That's also made it to the paper, something that I just told you about as well. Brevis's record-breaking ton ends Australia's 9-match winning streak. This is something that we've talked about yesterday on Sports Today. I do see some conversation around the MLS, because remember now Son Heung-min is also been associated with the MLS, and who he joins is something we'll have to wait and see. The Enforcement Directorate has summoned Suresh Raina and probe into online betting apps. Again, something we've told you about, but just a little bit more. That hearing is likely to happen anytime soon. And why Suresh Raina is being questioned? That's because the probe agency, which is the Enforcement Directorate in this case, wants to ascertain what kind of role is it that Suresh Raina, the former cricketer, has had in as somebody who's endorsed the app. How is it that he is associated with the app? Because it's an illegal betting app, and they just want to establish that particular connection. He's going to be examined under the PMLA Act, and he's expected to appear before the Enforcement Directorate anytime soon. In fact, before I leave, just a quick update from the Premier League. There's so much in terms of transfers that's also been happening. The one move that has solidified is the fact that you will have Jack Grealish move to Goodison Park from the Etihad Stadium. So that move has finally transpired. It has been on for quite some time now. But Jack Grealish, you will see him now play for Everton. Before I leave, I will quickly take a couple of comments as well. Austin Kuna says, Harshit, as a DC fan, are you still baffled about DC not getting Brevis as a replacement when there was an opportunity? Imagine a middle order having a South African T20 young talent like Brevis, Stubbs, and Ferreira. Absolutely, it's an opportunity gone by. Austin Tiguna, completely agree with you. However, in Delhi's case, I would say there was this time that you were looking at there being too many foreigners as well. You couldn't have fitted in even a Harry Brook at a time had he been there as well. Remember, there was always a Jake Fraser McGurk. There was a Harry Brook who then eventually pulled out. Tristan Stubbs had to become your natural starter as well. There had to be a Mitch Stark that had to play in as well. So I've already named the four. That then you also needed the experience of. Faf du Plessis. Absolutely, would have been great to have somebody like Brevis. Having said that, it's difficult at times to accommodate all these guys as well. But happy for him. I think CSK have struck gold knowingly or unknowingly. Freaking Awesome says that in my view, it's not going to bring back Shubman Gill Dubey into the side. This team should continue until the completion of the T20 World Cup. Adding backup players is fine. I kind of agree with you, freaking awesome. And of course, this is something we'll perhaps talk about later in the dugout today. But it's interesting how there is so much conversation about Shubman Gill. I also agree there isn't really a reason for you to shake things up in T20 cricket. It's the team that you've played with till now. You had Abhishek play right up top with the SSV. So, in my personal opinion, if you ask, I would stick with that. And Abhishek Rawat, that's the last question, guys. He says that where will the Women's World Cup final be if Pakistan reaches the final? I think it could be Colombia. limbo in that case. But let's see, it's an evolving situation as well. Austin Dikuna says, can you all have a dugout picking each of your 15 for the Asia Cup? We could do that as well, Austin, but there's still plenty of time, no? There's time for us to figure things out. Also, the Asia Cup is an evolving situation. Remember, it's on the boil, that particular situation, as far as geopolitics is concerned. So who knows what the future of the tournament is? But let's see. We'll probably stay tuned to our handles. We'll put out a post on what is it that we intend to talk with you guys later in the day on the dugout, obviously. But until then, I will take your leave. I will see you guys next, hopefully live from the office. And yeah, take very good care of yourselves, and I'll catch you guys very soon.